On this episode of Delivering Marketing Joy, I talk with Kyle McGovern, and he tells us what it's like to be a multi-line rep in our industry and what it's like to work with his dad. Well, hey there, and welcome to a brand new edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. I am your host, Kirby Hasseman, joining you today from my home office, sort of the quarantine version of Delivering Marketing Joy, but I'm super excited to be joined by a good friend of mine. He is the Regional Sales Manager for McGovern Marketing Group. He's also currently the President of OPA, the Ohio Promotional Products Association. So Kyle McGovern, thanks, man. I appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Glad to be on the show.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I want to jump right in on this. I mean, as I mentioned, I'm recording this from my home office, and as we record this, we're knee deep in the coronavirus crisis in the United States. It's obviously had to affect your job. It's affected everybody's job. So what steps are you taking to keep working during this time?
I mean, honestly, mainly keeping in contact with my customers and letting them know that we're still here for them. I mean, yes, some of my factories have closed, right, but we're still taking orders. We can still do things overseas. Actually, all those factories are opening back up. And also starting to do, we have pen kits from Hub Pen that we're starting to mail out to all of our customers with a card and just kind of a, hey, we're here for you if you need anything. Yeah. So, I mean, constantly doing stuff like that. I mean, I know 90% of my customers are working from home as well. So, I mean, I've been doing emails, but trying to call everybody and just talk to them and be like, hey, stay calm. We're going to get through this together. Yeah. We're all a team. Let's work together. What can I do to help? Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of been the main thing, is just remaining in contact and trying to keep my customers calm.
Yeah, you and I, before we started recording, talked about it more than ever. This truly has become a partnership. You know, we get through this together, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
So you're a multi-line rep in our industry, in the promo industry. So I'm curious, just moving on from the coronavirus topic, outside of this specific moment in time, what are some keys to success that you see in the multi-line area? What are some keys to success that you tell people about?
I mean, mainly that I'm a one-stop shop for everything. Okay. I'm like, you know, if you want, a lot of people are trying to consolidate. A lot of customers are trying to go less and less to different suppliers. And I'm like, well, I cover all your needs with just me. And I mean, I kind of do the job for them. I'm like, send me artwork, give me maybe a price point, and I'll take care of everything. I'll do virtuals from all my lines, and I offer free specs on almost everything. So, yeah. I mean, I had someone the other day send me like 30 different artworks, and I got them a ton of virtuals done from all my different lines. And I was like, please take advantage of that. As a multi-line rep, I can do a ton of different presentations and cover a wide range of everything from apparel all the way to food, pins, pens, a little bit of everything. So,
yeah, it sounds like, I mean, one of the big things then is really understanding the distributor's business and trying to be proactive then.
Right. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And that's something else I've actually been doing even more so. I'm like, send me artwork so when this all does end, we can move on to something new and already have the specs done for you and keep on going.
Yeah, that's a funny that you say that, because I've been talking to my team. It was funny. We had a conversation and I said, we should be reaching out now on virtuals and specs. And one of my sales reps was like, well, but they might not be open. I'm like, their graphic designers are still working.
Like, we're still doing that. Like, they're all working from home. We still have customer service going. So might as well keep that. And something else with being a multi-line, we all hang out with one another. And so even if I don't have something, I can probably find it for you. I mean, we all kind of work together. I mean, two of my best friends, Ken Getsy, Joe Ebers, they've been in the industry a long time. And if I don't have something, I'll be like, hey, they might have it. And so we kind of all work together to keep, there's enough to go around.
Yeah. No, I actually love that point. And that is something I've seen you guys work together on. I can personally speak to that, is the idea that, you know, there's not a scarcity mindset among the folks, is the sense that we want to get the best solution to the client. And so I can give you that testimonial for sure.
Well, thank you.
So final question for you. Your father, Kurt, is in the business, and obviously you guys got in the business together. I'm always fascinated by that and how people have a family in the industry and make their own way. So my question to you, I guess, is how do you create your own brand in the industry, but still respect your fathers?
I mean, it definitely took a second. When I first started, I was Kurt Jr. to everybody. So I'm like, which I took that as a compliment. I'm like, that's fine. But I remember my first trade show I went to was actually a Scott Lang show, and I walked around to all the different reps, to the Ken Getsy's, Joe Ebers, and saw how they did things. And just got a different feel for everything. And one thing my dad always told me is, like, be yourself. I mean, you've seen me in meetings. I like to joke around a lot. And I do that as just a normal person, so I try to have fun with everything. And in doing so, I feel like I've built a trust with my customers. And I'm also a little OCD, so when I'm in a meeting, I can say, like, different page numbers and all that fun stuff for, like, all my lines.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, a little obsessive. That helped a lot. But
I love that. How long do you think it took before people sort of knew you and not just as your father's son?
I'd say it took a good 2 years of me going in to see people. Just because in a lot of meetings I went into, I remember Sharp Resources in Lexington, Kentucky. They're like, we're happy to see you back again. And I was like, well, what did you mean by that? They're like, we see a lot of people one time and they never come back. They're like, because they just don't last in this industry. It's not for everybody. Everyone looks at it as, well, my dad did it, so I can do it.
Right.
And it's not really that case.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it takes a while to build that trust. And then when I started going to Michigan, did the same thing, and now I feel like I have a good rapport with everybody, and trying to keep that going.
Yeah, I think, the lesson here is authenticity, but also continuing to grind and show up on a regular basis. It's amazing how I think that's undervalued in business.
Well, it's actually shocking how many people have told me, like after meetings, they're like, "Well, you followed up right away," and I was like, "Yeah, why wouldn't I?" And they're like, a lot of people don't do any follow-up. I'm like, that's kind of defeating the purpose of everything then, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't think what we're doing here.
It's a great point. So cool, man. You've answered my 3 questions. Actually, you've answered a couple more than that because it was just sort of a conversation. But I give everybody a chance to ask me one question. Do you have one for me?
So me being the supplier, what can I do better to help you as a distributor continue to grow your business and what's going on right now in the world?
Yeah. Okay. That's a great question. And I think I'm going to give you the answer specific to what's going on in the world right now. I think you've mentioned what to do sort of prior to this, and that is, show up, follow up, be authentic, all those sort of things. And those go without saying. I'd say today, though, there's a few things that pop into my head that instead of just necessarily sell, which I think is sort of our default, I think today, educate me on trends. And what I mean by that is, look, not everything is for sale, and quite frankly, not everything is available right now, right? But helping educate me on, this is actually a place where people are having some success and quite frankly providing value to their end users. That would be something. Keep up the connection. Just like what we're doing right now, I think so many people are keeping up the connection, but it's just another sales email. Take the opportunity to just have a conversation.
Actually trying to call people.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? A lot of people like yourself are friends of mine. We have a good time talking to each other. I'm like, call them up, see how they're doing, like what's going on in their life.
Yeah, no. And
more than just sales.
It's 100% because the sales will come. And I think the final thought is just, instead of the sell, because again, the next couple of weeks, that's going to be hard. Not that it won't happen, but it's going to be hard. Is use the opportunity to educate me, make me laugh, inspire me. Yep. That's what I'm looking for, and those are the emails I open. Those are the phone calls I take. So those would be my kind of takes on tips for suppliers in this particular weird time. If that makes sense.
Right. The fun times that we're having right now.
That's right. Well, Kyle, thank you so much. I really appreciate you answering my questions, B, you taking the time and kind of digging into this weird moment in time that we're living in. But and thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We'll do this again sometime. For sure.
We will definitely do it again.
Once we get through all this, then maybe we'll do it again.
Yeah, do it in person over a beverage. Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. We'll see you